Welcome back to our Jurassic World chronological build going into 2010. 2010, the big thing is going to be the Cretaceous Cruise, which will be a multi-paddock exhibit, I guess. A multi-paddock adventure, tour, whatever. Stretching all the way up here through the river. Barry up here. The main herbivore sector, and then Metry somewhere. I haven't actually decided where to put Metry yet at all. Probably makes more sense for the Metries to be in the back. Like you would set out, you would see the nice herbivores, and then you would see the carnivores, and that'd be all exciting. I do plan the Barry and Sucos to be up here at the main lake. So we could do Barry, Suco, Metry, and then have this be the herbivore sector. Up here. And then we got all this down here, though. So I think this is herbivore area. Well, we can do herbivore up to here, and then we can do with Metry in here somewhere. And then, actually, yeah, doing this should be the Metry paddock right here. Because it'll be invisible fenced. Same with the Barry, so we won't have the boats able to be interacted with the carnivores. But the boats will go through the herbivore paddock. We'll at least try it that way. So we need the herbivore paddock to be big, and we need the carnivore paddock to be small and contained by the side of the river. So this is perfect. Other things to do. So one thing I want to say, when you run a big mod pack, it's really easy to forget some of the things you put in. And if we look at this, wow, it's all the usual paths, except there's these. We got logline paths, we didn't use these. And if we scroll down, there's a bunch more in this path mod, and I've ignored them all. Light lined, dirt trails, but the big one is somewhere, yeah, viewing path, luxury viewing path. Light lined viewing path, log lined viewing path, dirt, invisible. And then pass through paths. So let's take a look at this one. If we replace this with a log lined viewing path, how do we feel about that in terms of our exhibit? I think that's kind of neat. This is a little weird. This is, okay, this is that. Okay, so, well, now we should be able to have visibility there. So if we look and we do view, well, you can't tell, but there is visibility there. I think this is a pretty good vibe for the old Gentle Giants petting zoo area. I guess we'll just leave the little nubs here from the bridge connection, because I don't see if we can delete those. Maybe we'll try and fix these, delete the bridge and replace it at some point. But, well, I guess the path connecting to it should have fixed it, if anything. Well, anyway, I might do a save and reload and see if that gets changed. But yeah, other than that, we have better paths for the gyrosphere without the lights. Because obviously in the movie, you never see the little lamps outlining the trail. That's not a thing. So we shouldn't be doing that here. Same with the truck tour. In fact, with the truck tour, we could use the invisible one so that there's not even an outline for the tour. Same with the gyrosphere. The only concern I have with the gyrosphere is I don't want the gyrosphere to go into like the deep brush, and this will be in a Parasaur exhibit, so this will start to be probably more densely forested in the future. I'm also considering rebuilding this gyrosphere exhibit, and possibly all these other exhibits here again for a third time. I was thinking about how much space we've got left up here in the restricted area. We might want even more space. If I kind of tilted everything and pushed it more towards this hillside here, maybe moved like territory over here, we could maybe get away with like something that still roughly keeps the map layout but gives us a little more space. But I think that's a problem for the future. That is not a problem for today. So I will redo these tours eventually, but not right now. The big thing I want to fix today, other than getting the cruise running, I want to rebuild the Gentle Giant, or the Land of the Giants. What was it called? Shit. I'm looking at my notes. Looking at my notes. Looking at my notes. Yeah, Land of the Giants. Okay, Land of the Giants. This is a boring exhibit. We did the lagoon thing. Cool. I want to do this again or keep this part of this exhibit. But the rest of this is just a weird, like, oblong exhibit that kind of follows the path, and, like, that's boring. I have a design in my notebook I wrote down for what I think will be a really fun exhibit. To something fun to do with this, and make this feel a little more interesting and a little more involved, a little more integrated in the park, because a lot of the other exhibits are, I mean, like the arena, for instance, are pretty neat. They're like well integrated in the park. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. And then this is just a pen. So we'll change that. This pen will go away once the tour is built. This was always meant to be a 1-year holding pen for the Metries. So we don't have to worry about this one being lame too, because that won't last. Let me look at my notes for anything else here. Viewing pass, gyro truck. We got to fix the river. Yes. What is this? Pushback. Pushback. Oh, the Giants pen. Yeah, I already said that. Duh. I want to move the security buildings. Well, okay. I want to move some buildings over to this side of the lagoon for what is the security center in Jurassic World. So we don't really have like a security building beyond like the response facility. But we'll take the response facility, the medical, and probably like the expedition science facilities, and maybe chuck them all over here to be like the security compound. So I think that'll be a thing we can do. And then we need to fix this river. So you can see here, when we flatten this out, we got this little awkward glitch here alongside the water where it's really gross and bad and ugly. So the way you fix this, if this happens to you when you're using the terrain tools, you just push this back like this, and then you grab the flatten tool, and now you can flatten this out when the water is a little further back, and then you just have to manually fix the water yourself after that. You know what? This corner was a little weird looking anyway, so okay. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's get the cruise started. I think that's everything I had to explain for like changes going in here. Yeah, now live on my channel. No shit. Boat tour. So we want a boat tour lights, boat tour logs. I think these are all the paths. It's only the one boat tour, and then there's the boat tour gate. So this is... Was this put on the grid? Or was this just put in here along with kind of where the hill was? It might have just been put in here kind of along with where the hill was. I think that's fine. We don't need to worry about it. So, we got to think about the layout here. So I want to do... Part of redoing Land of the Giants is going to be taking the hatchery and putting the hatchery over here, I think. So that we can release animals directly into the cruise. Since it's going to be the last big herbivore enclosure, we might as well do that here. So I'm thinking boat tour down this way maybe is the thing to do. So if I put it here, let's put it down, and then I take the path. Can I get the path around itself without this being weird? Oh yeah, okay. Perfect. Okay. Oh, and I put in a new power building. Turns out we had like exact power somehow. I'm not quite sure how that worked out. So I guess we'll do something like this, and then we'll go from there. I think having a path that kind of follows the river is kind of neat. Like, you know, you can walk right alongside the river and see the people on the boats. I think that's fun. Let's do that. And then this can go maybe down here further. That. Let's get rid of this section. We're not going to extend it out that way. And then, yeah, we'll do something here with this, I guess. For now, let's just connect it up. Okay. Let's grab the hatchery, get that over here next. Oh, I have parasaurs. Are these for... These are for the cruise. I started hatching these for the cruise. I have to hatch these before I can move this, right? Remove the eggs remaining to be incubated. Okay, yeah, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so let's get those incubated. We'll put in a holding pen. Just like a basic little whatever pen over here. And then they can be released. They can be airlifted into this, and then we can take this out once the rest of the pen is made. So let's do... Let's just do it like this. We'll cut the corner of the river so they have water, and then we can still put the boat tour past it if we need to. Because we don't want the boat tour to get too close to the shoreline, or the boats kind of levitate anyway, which is weird. So we'll do that. That should be enough for 6. Power doesn't really matter. Okay, well, looks like we're going to have to wait for this. We do have fossils coming in. I guess I had fossils in here. I could have been processing the whole time, probably. So Paddock and Barry. Looks like Barry, we probably dug everything up, right? Yes. Okay. We'll go back, keep working on a Paddock. A Paddock and Barry are the 2 new animals for this year. Oh, looks like a Paddock might be done. I do need Anki DNA at some point. I don't think we need Anki for a while until we get Bumpy. I don't think I have any other... Oh no, there should definitely be a bunch more Ankies at some point. Yes, I need to decide when. Not this year, so let's not worry about it. Velociraptor. I grabbed a contract real quick for us, so we got a research Suchomimus contract, which is perfectly reasonable thing for us to do. So we'll do it. Get the rebate. 500k to research Sucho in exchange for a fat mill. That's pretty good. We need it anyway, since it's in the park. I think I want to build the herbivore paddock first. Well, for sure I want to build the herbivore paddock first. Probably Barry second, or maybe we just really, dude, in the hatchery? Seriously? Yeah, I think we'll start from the south and work our way north. Okay, Mr. Parasaur, you need more open space and more ground nut, but you just haven't found it. You'll be fine. Alright, what broke already? A viewing gallery here. Status checking Rexy. Perfect time for you to go over here and check that instead. Or fix that instead. Damage up here. I should check on my ranger stations at some point and make sure they're all era appropriate. Wait, why is it this one here? I can't tell in the rain. No, they're both out and about. I think they're all appropriate. I think everything is correctly... I think we fixed all the issues with the wrong era buildings, but it's always possible. Okay, that's done.
To say that I have a strange relationship with the dinosaur.
We lost a power connector. This one. And one over here. You get this one. You're heading back? Well, perfect time for you to go get this one.
Be an understatement.
Okay, 5. We should keep an eye on the aviary. So far, the aviary is completely unscathed.
He's almost lost my life to some, and to others.
What the fuck is Malcolm talking about? What is he going on about? Why is he talking about almost losing his life? What's happening? Because of the storm? Because of the contract?
Well, I trust you.
That's great, Malcolm. I don't know why. We should put a gate in over here so that we can get a medical team on the paras for some reason, I guess. It's going to be like common cold because it was in a hatchery for some reason. Like, I can feel it already. Okay, and that's just this. Great. Are they all out? Can I take the hatchery, please? Yes, I can. All right, so this will also give us more space over here to like redo this awkward angled golf course almost immediately. Transfer rating low. That's probably just a delayed message with the power. Okay, what do I want to do with this? Too close to what? Too close to... Oh, too close. I can't move it. I literally can't move it because there's a compy here. This one? Are you joking? Wait, what? Okay, no, I can. Pause while I can actually move it. Okay, yeah, now it's not. Okay. Great. I'm thinking... Yeah, I think it just goes, like, here. Okay, probably want to... No, I want to do something different with this, because this is weird. Having this path here is weird. Let's do... Why I did that. Let's do something like this. I guess this can just run parallel here. We fit amenities in here, maybe? Ooh, look how perfect that is. There's some weird shit going on here with terrain height. Okay, never mind. Weird. I just, yeah, if I just put it here, it should be fine. Okay, we'll do that. Okay. The larges might be a little overzealous, but at this point I actually don't really care that much. So I can't fit one there on account of the water. We can put him here, offset on account of the power. I'm gonna just, listen, I'm just gonna delete this. Actually, maybe that was perfectly fine, actually. Because I see the red hitbox from the monorail station's actually probably what was hitting it. Well, whatever. Who cares? It's deleted already. Alright, so 3 of those. We'll set them up when it matters. I guess we just put the emergency shelter here. And then maybe we could fit a bathroom in the little crook. Nope. But we could fit one here. Or here. I like behind more. Although that's weird. That it can go there, but it can't go there? I'm very confused because all this stuff does seem to be tight together. Well, whatever. It's fine, I guess. I regret deleting this. Alright. Well, anyway, so the fence here for the boat tour I want is tier 4. So, this one? Oh, I think it's tier 4 JP era. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think this is what the boat gate uses. Oops. So here's what I'm thinking. We do this, right? We kind of just follow the monorail here around a little bit. Or do I go up the hill past the monorail, maybe? Oh, or do I not want this steep hill to be in part of the herbivore enclosure? Maybe I don't want that steep hill to be part of the herbivore enclosure. So maybe this actually does go down here somewhere. By the river. And then, yeah, this can come back up over this way. Maybe sooner than that. Maybe that's a little too curved inward. Yeah. Sure. Somewhere that way. Okay. Am I content with this? Probably. Okay, then I want a perimeter fence thing like here, essentially, where the boat goes. And then do we want yeah, I think we do like this. Somewhere like that. We'll take the water tool here. Keep the fence on the land. Thank you. Okay, maybe a little too much. There we go. All right. Yeah. That seems okay to me. And then we should be able to just edit this tour route. Send the boats right through. So on and so forth. Arguably a pretty long tour for these boats. But I guess Jurassic World do be like that sometimes. I think we'll send it like around here. through the pillar. That. Probably don't need to watch me make the entire tour path, but kind of interesting to decide where to actually send it, you know? Maybe a little wide. Alright, anyway. We can let some of this develop. Undiagnosed ailment healing. I guess we'll send the med team over, take a peek. Oh, yeah. It was literally confined space issues, which is silly. Okay, yeah, so this power station, get this in and then we can start breeding. Okay. Other things, no path to arrival point. Oh yes, because this was removed, which took the path with it, weirdly enough, which is fine, just kind of unexpected. Alright, Gulf can go right here at the entrance point because the Gulf was very, very far south. And that should be good. Bathrooms 100% coverage, shelter 100% coverage. Great. Oh, I know the one thing I forgot to say. If you notice our star rating, we took a big hit at the start of today, and that's because I adjusted my settings to make this more difficult. So we need now 20,000 appeal instead of 15. And then I just bumped up the amount of money we need as well. I just kind of guessed what it would be. So we did that. Wait. Look at this. You see that? A Parasaurus genome 100%. On the fossil. Over here. This one just says a Apatosaurus. A Parasaurus genome 100%, a Apatosaurus. What the fuck is that about? That's the only one that says that. Is that, do, like, maybe all the 2-star fossils say this? Like, is this just a, like, not necessarily a bug or a glitch, but, like, the, you know, if these little, like, text pop-ups here are programmed by a fossil category, so then it could be that the 2-star one is just, has a different label as an oversight. That's really weird. What's that about? Give me the 5 for Velociraptor, and then this. Yeah, because we could never finish the Apato anyway. Yeah, we did the Sucho. Like, I could start digging up Sucho, but I don't think that's really that relevant. I could just keep people on deck here to stint berries soon or something. Which I may not want to do right away because we do need to get Apatos and then Stegos for the river cruise. This does keep the upgrades. So yeah, I think we should probably finish out the herbivore paddock here. I'll do that off video. We're going to push the attraction research here for what I believe to be aquariums, but maybe not. Who knows? I redid this like a few times over, if we're being honest. Oh my god, the camera. Bro, can we come back to reality? Holy fuck. Weird. That was kind of neat, though. Like, the super aerial view, I kind of like that. I wish we could actually do that on purpose instead of it just glitching. But yes, I put in a nice little park-era hotel here to just kind of match the vibe of the boat tour. Down here on the riverbed is kind of just a nice little riverfront hotel. It seemed like a fun thing to do. This is no longer actually connected to a pen. Microceratops is on the Cretaceous cruise, so instead of us breeding Microceratops, put them in a big pen and they all starve to death because they suck, we're going to give them their own little corner exhibit here with an invisible fence. And then the boat tour can see them, which, like, this makes no sense from, like, a logistical standpoint as a feature in the park. But I guess we're just going to do it because It's the only way we can have them be on the cruise and have them not die. So, I mean, part of the goal of the park build is to build Jurassic World within the parameters of the game as a functional park. And that means cutting corners. It's not even cutting corners. It's accommodating the, if we're being generous, the quirks of the game engine, I guess. And then, yeah, I'm going to put the Metries here. So it's going to be Microceratus, Metriacanthosaurus, the primary herbivore exhibit, and then the Spinosaurus Lagoon with Baryonyx and Suchomimus. So you're going to come here on a boat, and you're going to sail through here, like really close to the invisible fence, and you'll get a nice close-up view of the Spinosaurids fishing and feeding right on the other side of the fence from you on your boat tour. But you'll be safe from them, safely safe. Thanks to the invisible fence. I think that makes sense, works within the game confines, and is good. Sorry, sir, can you get the last one? Thank you. So yeah, this hatchery here, I'm probably going to move it and not leave it here, because it doesn't make any sense for it to be here specifically, and it's no longer connected to an enclosure. Actually, do I just move it now? I think I just move it now. I can probably put it, I mean, maybe there, but probably not. I could put it here. I think I do want it somewhere there so I can release directly. Oh, but then we need a path. So I would want it up here. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. We can make this work. I wouldn't normally bother to move this to populate a new enclosure, but since it is a big herbivore pen and it is already kind of mostly there, in this case, I'm more willing to do this than I would otherwise, than I would be otherwise. So yeah, no intention of keeping this here then. We'll just do something like this. And then we'll just sneak a gate in here that we can leave open. Okay, it looks to me like we're probably out of power because of all these new fences already. Is it just me, or is like the fence, the power requirement for fences kind of like horrendous? Like really bad? All right, so synthesizing. The berries are ready. A Paddock, apparently I have, oh yeah, I do have a fossil left on a Paddock. Whoopsies. I guess we're doing berries. Now, my plan is we do have the variant berry with Chaz the website skin here, the 2015 so-called Nublar skin. I definitely want this in the park. It's a very beautiful animal design, and I think it should be here. It's more accurate. So to me, the way I choose to interpret this is the Scaly Berry is a more retro InGen DNA, like, era design, right? So the first wave of berries were based more on, you know, InGen genome, because if you follow DPG lore, there were berries on Sorna, right? So let's just say that these are Sorna berries based on the genome of Sorna berries. And then over time, they refine the genome. Maybe after Suchomimus is cloned, or like, well, cloning Suchomimus, they get a better, better Spinosaurid DNA, and they make more accurate Baryonyxes as well. Something like that. Actually, I haven't said that out loud. I kind of really like the idea of more accurate Baryonyxes coming in alongside the Suchomimus. That kind of makes sense to me. But yeah, for now, we're going to do random. I want, like, maybe, I don't know, 5 of these. We want a Chaos, a Grim, a Limbo, and we want some of the Fallen Kingdom designs. Probably a few. I don't think I need too many berries here, though, to start with, because we're going to breed a second wave. We'll probably end up with, like, I don't know, 10 or something, maybe. Who knows? let's get those started. I guess I did have a geneticist, so I could have done fossils while that was happening, but I mean, this is all almost done. It's fine. Okay, so this is just not built here. This is mostly built. So I guess since we'll be airlifting in paras initially, I can start with some seed plants over here. And yeah, I wanted to make sure that we had the this like densely forested part on the herbivore part of the cruise, because this is the only part of the cruise we actually see in the film. The densely forested part, we see the patos, stegos, and stuff in the forest, you know, well shadowed, like down at the river. So that's definitely what I was going for with that. All right, the boats are on their way. So I guess one thing we can look at now that the boats are here is, oh yeah, visibility is going to be pretty good. As long as the boats keep moving, which they probably won't given our past experience. The mod is incredible, but it is not perfect. Okay, that's an awful group. We got a Grim. Let's synthesize a second batch, but take out Grim. So we just remove Grim. Yeah, then we don't save that because that's a separate system than the genetics, technically. You do this, and then we can pop in here. Get those Apatos now for realsies. Put you on this, even though you'll be pissed at me because I don't really care about your feelings. And then I am not particularly inclined to dig anything up right now, I guess, because it's just Anki, Rano, and Sucho, so I guess we sit. Let's check the aquarium thing. I need to probably actually go find my map to see where the aquarium was supposed to be again. There it is. Okay, there's aquarium. Great. Okay, this is built. Let's check that second round of berries. Did Yukon pop a social? We got a social. Social humble but thirsty should be fine. So chaos, Yukon, Yukon. Okay. We can start that. And then, yeah, both geneticists are going to need to go on break, and then we can start a pato, and then we can get, like, more paras. Let's get these guys airlifted over, and then we can start to take care of the metries. Oops. Nah, don't send me all the way over there, you son of a bitch. Transport team, multi-select mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. Finalize. Alright. We have kind of free reign for, like, what the population of the cruise is like, because we do not get anywhere near a good look at what is actually going on in the cruise in the movie. So we can just make all of that shit up. So I'm going to just delete this fence completely, and we'll redo it for the metries. Okay, there's our disgruntled fella. Get into a vacation booth. Go on to vacation. Do we have any logistics research we can do? Anything that's relevant to us anymore? Like, ooh, there actually might be. Okay, so first off, we don't care about these. Second off, any diseases? No. So what is probably relevant is, yes, zip lines. Don't care about the viewing galleries. Do care about the zip line. So you go get me a zip line. And then presumably... Do I have... No, I have control center there, so I shouldn't need this. Hold on. Real quick check. Checking the upgrade situation. So the control center does have task time. Okay. And the staff center, I think we did specialist facility. Yes. Okay, great. All right, we're getting things finished up here. This is our aquarium. It goes over here along this edge, kind of near the viewing station, viewing lagoons, whatever things for the lagoon. The whatever. There's something on the map. It's called something. I still have the image open, but they're not labeled. I need the thing. You know what they are. I said it in a previous episode. Point is, aquarium goes here. That's the real point. So everything is going good. Things are built. That's good. Metry pen is good to go there. Let's get the metries moved over. First and foremost, transport team, multi-select. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 Metriacanthosaurs. Finalize into here. Okay, we got backup power. We should be good on power if, yes, this is in now. Yeah, 7990. I'm just going to go ahead and slap in increased output in here under the assumption that it won't last, that we actually have power. That this is the temporary state of affairs, and very shortly we will not. Be so lucky. Paras are good. Get these guys released via airlift over here. So we'll need rock. How do we want to do this? Let's start here. Let's hold on, let's go back. Let's do fish feeders. This fish feeder. So I want one. Ooh. Wait, you can put this like tight to the fence? Wait, that's sick as shit. Is that base game or is that a modded thing? Because that's kind of incredible. Okay, I'm just going to put in like 4 of these. Like this. For the feeding area. And then let's slap in some rock. So let's put in just some, yeah, tropical rocks that kind of match the vibe here. Do I want the rocks, like... Well, they need to be in the pen, first and foremost. So, like, we could put some rocks in the back here along the cliff side. That kind of makes sense, right? For, like, a place for there to be rocks that have fallen down. What's the orientation on the rock? What is that about? Why is that even there? Why is that even a thing? Alright, so some random rocks that are scattered there. And then maybe, like 1 or 2, like, kind of nearby. Okay. This bothers me.
Transporting asset.
Who said you could be here, Mr. Random Plant? Get out of here. Okay. Alright, first 3 berries. Let's get Grim going. I forgot who else. Hold on, is that the right egg? I forgot which other one we hatch. Okay, yeah, that's the Grim. We've got definitely one more of the berry trio coming. So I can't do the other batch until I know which one we had. Let's get a Pados. So we've got like green to blue to gray skins for a Pado, which kind of covers all the different looks they've had between, you know, the 3 movies they appear in, and then like promotional renders and shit. Like, that's kind of that's what they seem to look like. We also need Apatosaurus in the gyrosphere. I rewatched the scene from Jurassic World where they die a horrible death. And there appears to be 6 in the Gyrosphere Valley, at least. If those are taken to be in the Gyrosphere Valley in the film, which I'm not entirely sure if they are. But it's enough for me, you know. What are you thinking you're dumb about? We don't know. It's a mystery. Okay, social, humble, long-lived, regular Apato. Sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then my geneticists are busy. I don't want my geneticists locked up on this task, I don't think. Okay, let's look at this. Let's think about hiring a welfare person. 2 logistics. 2 geneticists if I count the general list. 1 welfare, and that's really my only source of welfare. 494, 7 welfare. 535, 6. Welcome to the squad, Lucas. Oh, and these are 7. Perfect. Great, you do this. Give me a batch of maybe stegos. These should be set up, yeah, random favorites. Yeah, I think introducing like alternating waves of these animals might be an optimal way to like do this. That way we can progressively like build up the vegetation to make them all happy, you know?
Asset has been collected.
That's pretty cool. I don't know if the boats are going to be safe, by the way. I'm just kind of assuming. Okay, Metri's dominant fighting. There you go. Alright, territory, open space, prey. But you have the wrong alpha. They should be 1 feeder, I think.
Delivery has been completed.
Boom. Perfect. Okay. Alright, there's our Metri enclosure. So, if you're down here in a boat, that's not the worst view for a carnivore. They're also, like, not, you know... Oh, this one's nicely by the shoreline with the meat feeder.
Transit has
Okay. These guys never made sense to me being on the cruise. Like, Baryonyx and Suchomimus being on the cruise, perfect, makes perfect sense. Put the Spinosaurids on the cruise. It's the water exhibit, and the water dinosaurs are on the water exhibit. But why is Metri here? He's just a guy. He's just a regular theropod. Feels like he should have some other, you know, way of seeing his ass, but nope. He's on the Cretaceous cruise. Oh yeah, I don't know if I said this, but I put a second hotel here. That way we've got, you know, 1 on each corner for the whole waterfront hotel strip thing, the whole vibe. Also the shops welcome the support. Okay, those are all good there. All right, stego eggs. Aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. Unfit. Okay, so we only got 3. We need a second clutch of stegos. 8-5 begin. And then what about our berries?
asset has been delivered.
Who do we got? We got you. You are a Fallen Kingdom one, so I went with Yukon Papu for the FK one. But that doesn't really seem right to me because this is not blue. Did I mess that up? Maybe. Who cares? Because the none of the base game skins actually really look to me at all like the Fallen Kingdom berry in terms of colors, at least not like the renders we see of it. So yeah, I might go back to the species viewer at some point and double check the combos, because I really feel like it should have at least had a blue outline on the back here, but maybe not. Maybe that's all we got. We never see... No, we do see... I should also look at, like, the Chaos Theory Baryonyxes. Because they don't get too much of, too much screen time, but they are in Chaos Theory. So I should see what color they are, because I didn't really take those into account. So yeah, I should do a little more research for some berries. We'll do, maybe more next episode. Alright, stego eggs... Unfit, unfit, unfit. Okay, 5 is good. Give me 5. Apatos are ready. And then we got 3, 7, and 2. do that. Sorry, I forgot again. Chaos we had, right? It was Chaos and Grim. Grim, Chaos. So we need a Limbo specifically. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to breed specifically Limbo. And we take what we get. Well, unless they're all aggressive, but, you know, we hatch one of these, is what I'm saying. Give me one. And then I could do another clutch of paras here, maybe? Or the micros. These are 6. Long live humble social. Okay, let's get the micros. Boom. Okay. Oh, sorry, the Apatos. Yes, Apatosaurus. Trundle on out of there. There you go, yeah, Trundler. Alright, so, missing, these guys are a tall leaf. So we'll get some tall leaf in here too. I do want to still keep kind of a decent view of the aviary cliffside here. I don't really want to fill all this spot up. We can definitely thread in tall leaf back in here though, which will be good. We can airlift some more over in that direction, and then maybe for the paras we can get some more veg for them, like up in this area. Something like that. They'll be fine eventually.
This specimen is called the Apatosaurus. An impressive animal that can intimidate even the most determined of prey.
Okay, yeah, we'll need the stegos sorted out too, so... I could take aggressive, but it also does feel weird to take. Okay, I mean, these are 7 perfectly viable micros. Defensive, social, humble. Defensive, humble. Skittish, intall. That's fine. Intall, social, long-lived, maybe not. So 6? Alright, we'll push you over on that. And then, do I have a point for my geneticist? Because I would like to get some Apatos in the gyrosphere quickly. No, Flores doesn't have a point. That's fine. Let's do paras. Alright, so micros are being airlifted over. We've cleared out the Metriacanthosaur holding pen in the south now. The stegos are all ready. We should probably send somebody on a vacation here. Many somebody's on a vacation. Leaves nobody with genetics, so that's not a big deal actually, because we can hatch the limbo. Sure, this one. And we can hatch the paras. Thirsty shouldn't be a concern because they're on the river, so we'll hatch all of these paras. Okay, and then the stegos, this is 3, this is 5, or at least these ones. So, our crews should be pretty well set. You know, we'll probably release some more Baryonyxes next year. We'll probably, you know, maybe release some more stegos. Definitely need more Apatosaurs in the park in general, which will all be next year, but this is at least, you know, an appropriate starting, you know, group for the thing here. Let's do the stego food in place of the para food here, because we've got other spots for them further back. The paras tend to be pretty good about moving around and finding their stuff. Stegos, less so.
Transportation underway.
Yeah, okay. So now you're missing ground nut, but like you guys are like all the way up over here, so like you'll be fine. Let's give them a nice outcropping, alcove. One of those two words would be good, but both together is not a word. Over here for them. And they can move around wherever they want to go. This is great. I like this. I love seeing... Okay, so the para can in fact physically interact with the boat, which is fun. We might have to... So if this becomes an issue, actually, like if the boats actually are in danger from the herbivores, we may have to implement some invisible fences here. Hopefully that's not a thing we need to worry about. We'll see. That is a problem for a future year, if so. 77% comfort. That's enough, I think, that I'm not too concerned. They're getting close enough to this that, like, it should be fine. If we just airlift another batch over here, they should have a pretty good territory. Stegos, less good. Oh, they also do have a fiber need. So let's do a bit of fiber here, which can be a good way to have this be a little more accessible to vehicles. Alright, I'm sure they'll be fine. Parasaurs, release them directly in as well. Might as well just chuck them in there. Go. Look at them. They're so fast. Speedy paras. Alright, and our last member of the berry trio in the back. Okay, now I want to get the Gyrospheropados. Alright, we got a social humble alpha for the gyrosphere, and then we got this batch here, who I'm going to put on the cruise, which has nobody particularly special. The Stegos are happy. The Paros are happy. The Apados, maybe less so, but their territories moved pretty far back. Apparently one got all the way down the river somehow. So if I can get info on what they're doing from a car that's somewhere, from a car that's stuck in a corner, apparently. You good? Can you drive?
Asset transportation complete.
What is going on? Bro. Okay, he's moving. Jesus.
Transportation complete.
This game, man. I tell ya. Okay, these ones... Wait, I think this is my alphas. I'm gonna have to release these one at a time. Just to make sure. I was gonna airlift the second batch to expand the territory artificially, but it looks like they took care of it for themselves. So we don't need to worry about that much. Alright, so we probably don't have any of these guys' preferred vegetation in here. So this might involve a bigger rework of the gyrosphere vegetation between episodes. That's a big thing of why I want to get them out here at the finale. That and the fact that they're supposed to be out this year in universe. Where's my car? What is he doing? Holy shit, man. Do I gotta hold your fucking hand the whole time? I mean, I have made this a difficult enclosure to navigate, I guess. I get it, but like... He's here, okay? Do it. Please. Okay. Oh, they're super good. I mean, not like super good, but they're good. So everybody's good. Nope. Stegos are mad now. They lost their fruit. Okay, but you've expanded all the way back here, so... Here's some fruit, you big dumb babies. I'm going to believe that things will be pretty good overall once we get the herds a little bit bigger. I'm sure things will work out just fine. The micros are good. The metries are good, even though their status info is not friggin' visible. Let me see what's going on with the Apatos then in the gyrosphere. Okay, we got a storm rolling in here. We're going to save that for next time. Everybody's happy. I had to redo slightly the territory for the Stegos, but they're not fully expanded because they're big dummies. Our first Apato is down. It is, in fact, the docile humble one, and he is, in fact, or a humble social one, which also happens to be docile, which seems unnecessary for an Apatosaurus. But yeah, he's happy currently with what he has. We just put in a big stand of trees over here, and boom. We'll see if this ends up maintaining like good numbers with 6 of them. It probably won't, but for now it'll work. That's a problem for next year. So then yeah, we could finish up by just chucking these guys in the cruise here and just get them out. Let's put one up here. Let's put one way down here. But then yeah, we can add to their territory as we need to by carving away at these forests a little bit with other vegetation. All right. Real quickly, where did my Jeep end up? It's like a freaking Where's Waldo puzzle. Okay, we got status info on the metries though, so the Jeep's probably nearby. Oh, he's right here. Cool. Okay, so he's currently traveling. All right, great. Well, that will be 2010. I think 2010 is the last major year in terms of like fundamental sectors of the park, right? As of 2010, Jurassic World is essentially fully constructed in that like the other major facilities that come online around the with the 2015 like restructuring, repush towards, getting waning attendance numbers up. Those things all kind of were being built seemingly in the restricted area, probably with the intention of, shrinking down the size of the area that's actually restricted. So that's where a lot of the big work will be. The big push for 2011, 2012 will be like restructuring the Gentle Giants, building the security area, and like bolstering the existing exhibits, right? Most of the building's done. Now we just need more we need more dudes. So next time, more dudes.